This is the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Show with John Impemba and James Grande.
What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook Preview Show. We are here for the Monday 3-game main slate. We are breaking down the NBA playoff DFS matchups here on a Monday. We got game twos for Orlando, Cleveland, Philadelphia, and New York, and LA, Denver on this slate. Starts 7 p.m. Eastern time, and of course the 10 p.m. game there out in the Western Conference matchup there. Grande, how you doing, my friend?
Doing well. Happy postseason. It's been a good start. We were talking about it before we hopped on. Not a lot of competitive games thus far. LA, Denver game one was good. And Philly, New York was awesome. And then every other game's kind of been like Orlando made a run and then Cleveland blew them out. And Phoenix was never really competitive in that game. Dallas was never really competitive. Miami cut it to like 10, and then Boston hit him with a barrage of threes.
Yeah.
Game time happened in the first half against Indiana.
Yeah, recording at halftime of this Pacers-Bucks game. And what did you say? Pacers are up 4 on Dame at half?
Up seven. Dame didn't have a great. I mean, I think Dame could get there if he's not 11 for 9. Like if he's like 13 of 19 in the second half, maybe he can catch him. But he's got 35. Pacers 42 at half.
I was gonna say, if I read you a Damian Lillard stat line, 35, 3, and 2, like, oh, that's a pretty good game for Dame. I said, no, he has that at half.
Yeah, no, there's still 24 minutes, dude.
He might go for 70 in a playoff game here. You know,
would that be the best 70 of all time? Has to be.
I mean,
in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, sure. It's a game one, right? But sure, yeah.
Luka scored the 4th most points ever, or 3rd most points ever, 73, right?
Yeah.
What if Dame scored 70 in a playoff?
Yeah.
Is that not like the Roy Halladay rest in peace no hitter, or like like the
no hitter in the playoffs?
Yeah,
certainly possible. So we got that going on here. So anything that happens, maybe any major news, that comes across, we'll obviously have it with you. We're going to break down the slate. We're going to go game by game here. I know during the regular season, we went position by position, but figure we can take a deeper look at these individual playoff matchups, rotations. It is playoff time. So shortened benches-ish. A lot of the starters are playing a lot of minutes here. So it'll be a little bit easier probably to break down and talk about it. We do appreciate you all with us here all season long. As we said, we'll going to be doing these first round playoff matchups for everybody. If you haven't already hit the like button, free way to support what we're doing here on the Fantasy Alarm YouTube channel. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, I don't know what you're waiting for. We do live shows for MLB DFS, and of course we do preview shows for the NBA and MLB as well. So I never miss a show here when you subscribe to the Fantasy Alarm YouTube channel. James, let's break into it here. We're going to start off with Cleveland Orlando. We're going to talk about this matchup here. As you mentioned, Cleveland kind of ran away with this game here against Orlando. I picked Cleveland to win this series here. 97-83, low scoring. I think we kind of probably expected that. And I think you said that on the Sirius XM show that you joined me myself on Friday, that we didn't think a lot of points were going to be scored in this game here. Donovan Mitchell played 36 minutes. He had 42 fantasy points, 30 actual in that game. How are you going about breaking this down? Where do you want to start with this matchup here?
Let's start on the Orlando side, because I think we kind of expected it, and we kind of saw how the end of the year was going to turn out when they made the shift to Jonathan Isaac as their starting center. And boy, oh boy, was he good. Jonathan Isaac played 29 minutes, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 3 blocks. I think that was obviously like the biggest shift in their starting lineup. They ran Isaac, Bencaro, Wagner, Harris, Suggs. I think the Magic are too cheap here, John. I know it's like a really tough matchup against Cleveland, but I think just across the board, everyone's too cheap. Paolo 81 this is a guy that we've been paying high 8Ks for most of the year. Yeah. Didn't have a great game, and he talked about it. He had 9 turnovers. He had 9 of their 12 turnovers. So that's like obviously an aberration. First playoff game jitters. Look for him to get that out of the way. I think 81's too cheap. Franz has been really good going into the postseason and was really good in game 1. And I think something that you and I talked about a lot, like near the end of the year, was the minutes, or like hit that stretch where he was struggling. He wasn't playing a lot.
Yeah.
38 minutes, playoff minutes, 6,500 for $3,800 Franz in this form is, again, too cheap. So I think Franz is definitely in play. I think Suggs and Isaac, I played both of them the other day. Dude, anytime you get Jalen Suggs taking 16 shots and playing
Right.
3 minutes, it's really hard to pass because he's very good defensively. There's
I'd say always live for the blocks and steals, so.
always. There's also foul risk because he's guarding Mitchell Garland for, long stretches in this game. He had 5 fouls.
Taking a lot of threes lately, too.
Which is not a bad thing if they fall, right? If he's taking 16 shots and like 4 for 7 from 3, I mean, you're talking about a guy who's now 9x value at that 4,700. Only 5,000. That's too cheap. Jonathan Isaac is going to be 90% rostered again. He's going to be insanely high ownership. He wasn't great offensively. Still made 2 threes. Still did everything possible to like just smash 4K. No reason not to just plug and play Jonathan Isaac starting. If he's we basically talked all year for this time for Jonathan Isaac. What if they're just setting him up and then like they would play him in spurts and then he would get hurt and you're like, But it was always geared towards this. And he obviously plays 26 plus minutes last 3 games, and each time he's been productive. So 4,500 for Isaac, really hard to pass on. Gary Harris played 33 minutes, did essentially nothing. I think that's a 0.
Well, yeah, I was going to say he's not going to do anything.
I don't think there's really anything else you could possibly play. Mo Wagner was the only other viable play off the bench, and he played 13 minutes.
Yeah.
And you basically need what he did, right? At 36.
Crazy they just iced out Cole Anthony again.
Iced. Everyone they had 5 players off the bench play between 11 and 15 minutes. And it's just like, in that set, if that's going to be the consistent minutes, you just can't get to it.
I will just go back to Jonathan Isaac here. I mean, congrats to us.
Congrats to us. It's what I think I messaged you. I was like, it's our time, John. It's our time now.
Yeah, I want to get like the Paul Rudd, meme there. It's like, look at us.
Look at us. Yeah, that is. Yeah.
We've been Jonathan Isaac stands here for a while. 27, 26, 29 minutes the last 3 games. Got 29 in a playoff game. We're back. We're all the way back. 3 blocks, 3 steals.
We're all the way back. We're
all the way back here. I agree with you. Listen, the only one I think Cleveland's going to dominate this series. I think this is a great. You know what? Welcome to the bigs, Orlando. Right? You've been bad for a very long time. You've rebuilt it the right way. You've gone through a few coaching changes. You selected the right player when you had the number 1 pick there. You took Paolo, clearly franchise players, clearly a guy on the ascension, but he is a year away. I think from leading you into like the upper echelons. And again, 2 weeks ago they were almost a 2 seed in the East. But I just think they're not there yet, in my opinion. Yet they're running up against guys that have been in the playoffs. Big plays like Donovan Mitchell, like they don't have that guy yet, right? Paolo is maybe developing.
Probably there. He's probably there soon.
But they don't have a Donovan Mitchell to just go out there and be like, I'm making this bucket. They just don't have it. And Banchero is also the wrong position, right? In this matchup with them. Evan Mobley, we consider to be a perennial defensive player of the year candidate when he's a full timer. Jared Allen is really good defending the rim and can play even stretch defense a little bit there. So this just isn't a fun spot to be Paolo Banchero either, given who he's going up against. So again, I think Orlando's fine. I would probably only play Isaac or Suggs, like you mentioned. I don't think on this slate, I want to invest $8,100 on Paolo Banchero personally on this one. So
yeah, I don't disagree. But if that in a competitive setting, 8,100 is probably too cheap.
Yeah. The other thing is this game didn't have any points.
No points. But to your point with the Suggs and Isaac, they're so good everywhere.
Right.
Paolo is too. Paolo's been really good peripherally for large stretches.
Yeah, the rebounds are fine. Obviously, we saw him take that next level of assists, like playmaking.
Yep.
Right. We're not like on Zion level where it's like he's only scoring something else. But I also think that like maybe as he develops, he could be a better steals guy or a block
Yes.
guy. Like, I don't
Yes.
know.
He's
He's
too athletic.
lanky.
He's
He's
too
got some length.
athletic. Yeah, he's too athletic to not like.
Yeah. So again, I think he's fine. I don't know. I don't like this matchup for him. So again, even 5 games against Cleveland this year, he's only averaging 36 fantasy points. Like it just isn't a good matchup for him, in my opinion. So moving on to the Cleveland side of this one. Again, Donovan Mitchell's only $8,500.
Yeah.
He had 42 fantasy points. That's still not really paying off the tag, but I feel more confident on him going for 40 actual in the game here, and getting us where we need to go at under $9,000 on this slate. So I like him a lot. And then I'll go to the bigs. I mean, Evan Mobley, he's going to
Yeah,
play
it's too
36
cheap.
minutes. Dude's going to be a monster. Same thing kind of with Jared Allen, because what did Orlando do with their front court, right? They got rid of Wendell Carter Jr. Now they're going kind of athletic, and we like Jonathan Isaac, but Jared Allen's going to eat that matchup apart. Evan Mobley's going to do what he can do down low there. So both bigs for me are very much where I'm looking to go for Cleveland.
Dude, it's a very another team that's just really cheap. And we're going to see this, right? Postseason pricing is kind of like that, but I agree on the Mitchell front. 8,500, really cheap, really good postseason track record. So we have that for Donnie. Jared Allen destroyed the Magic. 18 rebounds in that game. He's talked about it. I don't know if you heard his interview. He basically said, like, I was crap last postseason. I got taken off the floor. I was the reason why we lost. Not going to be the case this year. That was not the case in game one. He might have been the best player on the floor overall.
Yeah.
I mean, he was incredible. Too cheap at 72. Mobley, the same thing. It's just, and again, I talked about it a little bit with Mobley. The 3-point shooting is really unlocking, I think, this team and him in general, because it just doesn't clog the interior. It lets Donovan Mitchell drive. It doesn't, him and Allen don't feel as clunky, right?
I don't want to see him turn into Towns, but I want him
Agreed.
to be at least a thought out there, right? Like defenses
Yeah.
need to, all right, he's out there. Okay, he's knocking them down. We can't just leave him there, right? So if he settles in and takes 2 to 3 a game and he hits 1 or 2 of them, then that changes the way teams have to worry about him.
Not getting to Garland at 67, I would
No.
say he's probably the least likely starter I'd get to. Like, if you're playing a lot of lineups, you can play him in tournaments. That's fine. Strus, 32 minutes was solid. I think he is what he is for this team. He's a good rebounder on the wing. He can space the floor. He didn't make threes the other day, but that's what he was brought in to do. There was a clear deficiency there, right? Like, couldn't space the floor. Let's go get the guy that can space the floor.
Not a good matchup to try to shoot threes on either. Orlando's was one of the better defensive teams in the NBA.
Agreed. So like, if you don't have to get the Strus, it's a good price. The bench minutes for Cleveland: Niang 25, Okoro 19, Levert 20. You know, like, you could punt with one of those guys. I would say, obviously, you like the Niang minutes the best at 25. But 1 for 7, we know he's a better shooter than that. If he's 4 for 7 in this game, he has 20 fantasy points, right? And you're like, oh, I'm comfortable with that. But if Karis LeVert is playing 20 minutes at 5,400, hard to get there.
No.
And we know Okoro needs 30 minutes to get there. So, like, it's largely Mitchell, Allen, Mobley for me. And, you know, if you want to sprinkle in Strus, you can.
Yeah, I'm looking to see. So they still close with their starting lineup in that game. But yeah, Levert, Niang played a bunch. Basically, he played a lot end of first, and then he played the first 7 minutes of the second quarter, and then came in, played the final 6 of the third, and played the first 6 of the fourth there. So he definitely has a very defined minutes role. So I think probably relying on him to play 20 to 25 minutes feels pretty good there.
Yeah. And you know, now it's the playoffs. You see Marcus Morris taken out of the rotation, right? He was playing minutes. You see both the backup centers, Tristan Thompson and Damian Jones, they're axed from the rotation, because why do you need them? You could play Mobley when Allen's not on the floor, and you can play Allen when Mobley's not on the floor, right? So,
how about this? Do I have this? Am I looking
Were
at
they
this?
playing George's? Were they playing George's at the 5? That's what you're about to say.
No. Do I have this wrong? Okay, no, it's lined up in wrong. I thought they gave us a Mobley Allen Georges line,
Oh my god.
but the lines were just off. Mobley subbed
Okay.
out as Allen subbed in, but I thought there was an overlay there for a brief moment. I was like, if they put Georges at the 3 at one point, that'd be something.
This is. I mean, it's not like Cleveland hasn't done that before with
No, I know.
Larry Markkinen, right? It's
Right. Yeah. So, all
bigger,
right.
the
So
big special there.
we got some big minutes, obviously, there for George Niang that I like. I've been on him all season long. So
You have.
I mean,
all season long. You're saying season, like it's not a.
Well,
You're just a George's guy.
I am a Georges guy, but because I think he's got a role. Former team for George Niang, Philly. You got Philly versus Knicks. Let me ask you how worried you were on the Joel Embiid injury there.
Oh my god, dude! Did you see his eye? He had one eye twitching, like one eye opening, one eye closed. I was like, oh, he's done for the whole season.
But like now we have to wonder, like, how banged up is that knee?
He's questionable. Right? I mean, he's going questionable. He did not move well in that game.
No,
he did not move.
Like
well.
He hyperextended the leg, 100%, and now he's just playing through whatever knee problem he has. But he had knee problems all season long. So
that was the 42 game absence, right? It was
so right. So it's like, Joel, what are you doing? Why?
It was the coolest. It was the coolest injury.
Yourself in the middle of a playoff game.
It was the coolest injury of all time. It was so cool. OG Anunoby got destroyed, and Joel also got destroyed.
Joel also got destroyed. It wasn't. I'll say this: it wasn't worth it.
No.
Great. But you lost the game, and what kind of shape is he going to be in? I'll say maybe the biggest surprise. Oh, we're talking Philly. We'll talk to Knicks in a second here.
I know where you're going.
Okay. We know where we're going with Philly, though, right? There's only, there's two players.
They played 6 guys, 26 plus minutes.
Yeah.
You could play them, but like Maxey and Embiid are
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can play those as like roster fill. Kyle Lowry had a good game.
It was great. Lowry was great.
Can you trust 40 minutes from Kyle Lowry again to be 5 of 9, 4 of 7 from 3?
I think where you're going to trust Kyle Lowry in the series is he's going to guard Jalen Brunson a lot, and he was really good on Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think you can rely on the minutes. I don't know about like 4 made threes every game, but I do think that you're going to get pretty consistent minutes. I think he's going to also be really popular moving forward if he's going to be $4,400.
Yeah, because he's $4,400. Yeah.
Yep. And if you want to be contrarian, just play the guy that won them the play-in game, Nick Batum, who then everyone pivoted to in the first Knicks game. It was terrible. But hey, 26 minutes, right? This is the life of Nick Batum. Yeah. If he makes threes, he has a ceiling. If he doesn't, he has a bottomless pit. I mean, so if you want to like pivot and be different, you could always play.
So Toby was fine. Kelly Oubre, 38 minutes for him. Good. 27 fantasy points. Okay. But, Maxey and Embiid sort of run the team fantasy point wise. Maxey at under 8K, certainly appealing. I don't think I can go to Joel Embiid. I mean, it's for me. It's not that I don't think Embiid's fine, but I want to play the other center in the other game that we're about to talk about.
Either of them, right? Because Davis is really good, and he's $1,000 cheaper. They're priced $1,000 apart, all 3 of them.
Yeah,
Jokic is 1,000 more than Embiid, and Embiid's 1,000 more than Davis.
Right,
and I would rank them Jokic, Davis, Embiid.
Agreed. So I don't have,
but he was really low on the other day. Would you play? Here's what I'll say. And DraftKings has it kind of here in their blurb. His injury is listed injury recovery, not like specific to anything.
Sure.
Right? That's kind of a good sign, no?
I have no idea. I'll say this. He still played 37 minutes. So
and he left. In a game that he left.
Right. So, I mean, we've seen Anthony Edwards, I thought, broke his ankle.
Yes.
Leave 6 times in a game and still have like 40 points, had a game-winning block of a play I've never seen in my life. Right. Yep.
hit his head on the
So
rim.
some of these guys are obviously just freaks. So JoJo can certainly be that guy. He is that guy. So, but I would rather play the other two guys in the LA Denver game. Going to the Knicks side, it's where I think it gets a little interesting.
Yes, the Knicks. This was no question by far the most surprising rotation we've seen the entire
because we didn't see it all year.
Because we did not see what we saw all year long. This was the most surprising. Didn't play. Did not play.
They played McBride. They played Bogdanovich.
And they played
Mitchell Robinson a whole bunch of minutes.
30 minutes off the bench. By the way, Mitchell Robinson was amazing in that game.
Because he's a good player.
He is a very good player. Probably would have been in legitimate defensive player of the year discussion if
he didn't get hurt and his agent be what, we don't lob to me anymore. Yeah, dude, I could not believe watching that. I was like, Mitch Robinson go out there and play 30 minutes off the bench. And where's Dante DiVincenzo? Maybe he was playing 48 minutes a night for 3 months. And Bogdan's out there
and you couldn't take Deuce off the floor.
Couldn't take him off the floor.
Because Deuce was amazing.
Yeah.
But
they're so cheap.
Okay, but I agree. If that game, because Philly got off to an amazing start, up 13, the Knicks went nuclear in the second quarter. Literally because of McBride and Bogdanovich. If they don't make shots, are they playing?
But they are shot makers.
They are 100%. I mean, Bojan might be in the most unfortunate spot in any player that was traded at the deadline because we figured he was wow, him and Alec Burks are going to make a difference on this team. But we then
Burks DNPs and
we just forgot oh, it's Tips. He's not going to play guys until the playoffs apparently where he I agree on them being really cheap. I also have a hard time believing Jalen Brunson's going to be 8 for 26 again.
Agreed.
So where you were making up where Jalen Brunson was kind of deficient because he wasn't good offensively. He obviously takes a lot of pressure off everyone else, but if he's 14 for 26 or 12 for 26, is Bogdanovich and McBride playing as much? I'm not.
I think McBride. I think McBride might. I think they like the kid.
He's also a good defender.
Yeah.
So
I think he showed them a lot when they had a lean on him down the stretch there. That he kind of earned his minutes. The DiVincenzo thing is just shocking to me.
Yeah.
Because the man was playing 40 minutes a night and he was sniping. He was ridiculous. And then playoffs come, got cold, and then he rode the hot hand. Victim of circumstance, fine. I think obviously Mitch Rob, is probably more solidified than Hartenstein. They just need Robinson's presence with Embiid out there. And then our guy Josh Hart did what Josh Hart does, 22 and 13.
Yeah, and he had 10 straight points in the fourth quarter or something like that, or he had 10 of his points in the fourth quarter.
If any team was prepared for playoff minutes, it's Josh Hart.
If any team was prepared for that is right. Yeah, I mean, I still think Brunson is an elite play at $9,300 because anytime you take 26, but Hart. I don't think you can get to Hartenstein. I mean, he was still fine, but if Mitchell Robinson's going to be the answer that if Mitchell Robinson can play 30 minutes, then he's just going to play 30 minutes a night.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, so they didn't even use Achua. The Robinson thing's going to come down to fouls, obviously. He had 3 fouls in 30 minutes, which is great. But if Joel Embiid just puts him in foul trouble when he's out there, then you'll get Hartenstein or you'll get some Precious there.
Right.
It's just the value in the minutes of these guys. I think a lot of people are going to go to McBride. They're going to plug him in because they've seen what he's been doing. Bojan probably maybe more riskier to repeat. But it's game 2. If in game 2 comes on, he plays 25 minutes again. Well, game 3, one, I hope he's priced up more than $3,700.
Yes, I agree.
But if he's under $4,500, everybody's just going to plug in Bojan because he's playing 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard for people not to just be Yeah, I'm probably going
Yeah.
to play buy-in here.
Right. So the 4 that I'm willing to just consider my player pool for the Knicks here, Brunson, Hart, McBride, and Mitchell Robinson are the 4 that I'd be willing to play on the Knicks here.
Yeah, even the OG minutes were a little surprising, just 31. Obviously, that was Bojan related too, because OG's just hasn't been good offensively, or hasn't been great offensively.
Right.
I agree. I do think OG, for what it's worth, is too cheap if he's playing 40 minutes, but he's not too cheap if he's only playing 31. Like, if you get 40 minutes out of OG at 51, I'd be good with it. But I'm not good with it because I played him the other day, being like, oh, he's going to play 40 minutes at $5,000, right? That you're like comfortable with. I'm like, all right. But if there's a chance where it's an elbow related thing that's still bothering him, where he can't shoot threes, or he not, I mean, it's just, I'm just not going there.
I mean, what's his defensive assignment?
He started on Maxi. He started on Maxi,
right?
and then was floating around. He
Yeah,
picked up
Oubre. Like,
he was on Oubre a lot. He got in early foul trouble because he got switched on to Embiid early, and then
yeah. So, anyways, that's kind of where I'm at with the Knicks here. Lakers, Denver. So we'll start with the Lakers team here. I'm going to ignore the questionable tags on Davis and LeBron because
they're both probable.
Whatever, probable tags. Change your Q's to P's here, DraftKings. I mentioned it. I mean, he's $9,500. 44 minutes, 45 minutes, wherever he ends up coming out to. 32, 14, 5, and 4. Man, it is ridiculous. And I said to you, if the Lakers have any shot, they can't be taking LeBron James off the floor. I get it. He played 41 minutes, but he needs to be matching Anthony Davis's 45 or play the straight 48 here. Both of these guys are fine. I have no problems playing them. And D'Angelo Russell at 63, another guy that played over 40 minutes. All 3 of those guys, those are the core. That's your Lakers core right there.
Yeah, I might lean Reeves over Russell only because Russell's playoff woes continued again. Like, he was really bad again in the postseason. He's been like kind of historically bad. I do like the 40 minutes. Obviously, I do like the 20 shots. Both trump Reeves significantly.
I mean, hey, if they're going to upset Denver, they need playoff Reeves from last year too.
They do. And then, you got 30 minutes out of Hachimura, but 4 shots is that's impossible to like. And then Taurean Prince 20 minutes off the bench. If you wanted to punt Taurean Prince, that there's a potential 0 at the end of the tunnel, but he had 18.5 fantasy points, 20 minutes. He's going to play 20 minutes off the bench probably.
Well, I was going to say, does he play even that many minutes if it wasn't for, Hachimura's sort of slow-ish go? And if they don't take LeBron off the floor, could he even see less minutes for Taurean?
Yeah, it's a fair point because they use Hachimura to guard Jokic. They're doing that thing again, that people think that, well, I'll use AD as a roamer to protect the paint, and I'll use Hachimura to guard Jokic. It's like, we see what this man does to every small defender that you guard him with. Just use your best defender on him.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't actually hate Hachimura at 49.
No, I agree. The minutes are there. That's fine. And we've seen him. If they're going to steal a game, we say this all the time. If they're going to steal a game, someone else is going to have to have that moment, right? And how many times this year do we see Hachimura be 20 actual, just knock down 5 threes, So yeah, that's fine. I'm not playing obviously not playing Dinwiddie, Hayes, Vincent, none of those guys. They'd be Denver side, you got the Joker here at 11.5. He's good at basketball. 32, 12, and 7. Highest priced player on the entire slate. Figure out ways to fit him in this lineup. He's going to play out 40 minutes. He's going to do what Nikola Jokic does. He's going to go dress like the Invincibles.
Dude, did you see that? You saw the whole thing, right? The trailer?
Yeah.
He's in the trailer.
They said I look like, whatever.
Dude, that is the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Incredible. It's incredible. I got nothing else to say. It's incredible.
So yeah, he's great. Jamal Murray, $7,800. Hey, it's playoffs. Jamal Murray showed up.
Yo, he is
50 fantasy points for Jamal Murray.
How about this, Sean? How about this? I am 100% team. I will play the starting 5 in one singular lineup and figure it out. I played 4. I sent you my lineup the other day. I played their top 4 guys.
Yeah.
You know what happened? They were all great. They all play big minutes, and they don't play. Surprisingly, they played DeAndre Jordan 9 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be surprised when that 9 minutes is no longer, and it's just Aaron Gordon as their backup center.
Sure.
That's what they did last postseason, where they just went Aaron Gordon backup 5. But Aaron Gordon was in foul trouble in this game, so they needed to go to the DeAndre Jordan minutes. I am literally, if you want to play 5 Nuggets, they have the best matchup on the entire board. Lakers are the worst defensive team of the 6. No offense to the Lakers, they just are. They also are playing faster than any other team on this slate by look. We have Orlando, Cleveland, New York, and Philly, and Denver. Those are the other 5. Everything suggests stacking Denver. I would play 4 to 5 on a 3-game slate. They're at home against a team that they cannot lose to. Knock on wood, but they just have an invincibility against the Lakers. If you're not comfortable going 5, just play the top 4 or play 3 of them and then include KCP, right? Because KCP 4,600 was a little but hey, 4 made threes, 3 steals, 2 rebounds. He's your best perimeter defender. He shut down D'Angelo Russell, matched his minutes, and then got you 24 fantasy points. You're like, that's pretty cool. So if you're not comfortable playing 5, just play 4. Sure. And if you want to sprinkle in, the only other name I'd probably sprinkle in is Christian Brown. And I don't even think there's anything else.
I don't really think you need to go there, honestly.
No, I don't either. I'm just saying, if barring foul trouble or something, Christian Brown would be the other guy.
All right. Well, we've gone game by game here, broken down each team. Now we got to build a lineup here, James. So I think we have settled in on a couple of guys we want to build around. What's your number 1 pick today?
Jokic.
Okay.
Honestly, Jokic, Murray, and then Porter or Gordon. Probably Aaron Gordon.
Okay.
I know that's a lot of money, but we also talked about the Knicks. Philly's cheap. Orlando's stupid cheap. We're going to play Jonathan Isaac.
$5K. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward.
Lowry, Suggs.
I'm going to put McBride in shooting guard here.
Yeah, shooting guard stinks, so that would help tremendously.
Small forward. This is kind of why I wanted to, I think it was better to do Porter Jr. there. He just fits the small.
Okay, yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, do Porter Jr. Honestly, play them all.
Well, I was going to play Gordon. 5,200.
Would you rather not play Murray and play AD?
No, yeah, but I don't know where that even money ends up landing us if we did Anthony Davis there. Davis has a forward.
Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, so we'll do Davis. Guard would be Lowry.
We have center spot still. You could play Mitch Rob.
Yeah, Mitch Rob at Utah. $5,400 or
Jokic, but I know no one's like.
Well, we did Jokic. Yeah. Suggs, I guess.
Suggs.
$400 left over, or you could do. I'll go Mitchell. Give you $6,400 forward. Give you your Aaron Gordon. There you go. Is your Gordon? Oh, I got rid of Jamal Murray. Is that what I did there?
Yeah, because we ended up going from Murray to AD.
Okay.
So you could go Murray there and then see what we have at forward. It's like a 7,000. I don't think you can get anything there. No. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. Example lineup: Jamal Murray, McBride, Porter, Isaac, Jokic, Lowry, Mobley, and Mitch Rob with $300 left over. Gets you the Nikola Jokic Denver stack against the Lakers there. Playbook, Grande will be on the playbook here for this 3-game slate. So make sure you check that out. Get in the Discord. And of course, if you haven't already checked out the Better Edge, we do the playoff contest here. Go to fanstom.com/pick'em. $10 free if you sign up and join. No deposit necessary. You just have to register your account. You can scan the QR code there right on the screen, or go to fanstom.com/pick'em, or betteredge.com/alarm also works. Use promo code alarm when you sign up, and you get $10 free, no credit card required. You just simply have to confirm your account there to get that entered. These are free playoff contests that we're running as well. You have an opportunity to win some Fantasy Alarm swag if you take down those contests. So check them out. Go to betteredge.com/alarm or facealarm.com/pick'em. Either way, enter the contest that we got going on there on the Better Edge during the playoff. And we'll have a NFL draft contest with them as well. So make sure you get those 10 free dollars in your account this weekend. James, we'll be back to preview the Tuesday slate tomorrow. So until then, everybody, you know where to find us. Good luck with your lineup builds, and we'll catch y'all later.